Subscribe now to Coin Discovery Old Zone, where every old coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth more than gold. Today, we're diving deep into one small piece of Canadian history that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide: the 1944 Canada 1-cent coin. You might think a penny is just a penny, but this one has secrets that could make your heart race. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine Canada in 1944. The world was at war. Factories were roaring, families were rationing, and every scrap of metal was precious. The Royal Canadian Mint was producing millions of coins to keep the nation running smoothly during the chaos of World War II. But somewhere among those millions of little copper coins, a few were struck in a way no one expected. These rare survivors have become legends in the world of numismatics. The design of a 1944 Canadian cent may look simple, but it carries a powerful story. On one side sits the familiar portrait of King George VI, the father of Queen Elizabeth II. His image represents a time when Canada stood strong as part of the British Commonwealth. On the reverse, we find a classic maple leaf twig, a proud symbol of Canada's strength and endurance. The design was created by G. Kruger Gray, a name respected among coin artists, and his touch gave this humble penny a sense of national pride. Now, what makes the 1944 1-cent coin so fascinating isn't just its design, it's the mystery that surrounds it. During the war, the Royal Canadian Mint faced shortages of metals. Copper was being used in weapons and machinery, so even the smallest coin had to adapt. Earlier, some coins were struck in steel or tombac, a copper-zinc alloy, to save on resources. But in 1944, production switched back to bronze, a mix of copper, tin, and zinc, making these coins a direct reflection of wartime adjustments. Collectors love this coin not only for its wartime background, but also for its subtle varieties. A few pieces show differences in the maple leaves, die cracks, or striking errors that make them stand out. One variety in particular, known to experts as a red or red-brown example, can carry tremendous value depending on condition. These color designations describe how much of the original mint luster remains, and finding one in near-perfect red condition after more than 80 years is like finding a time capsule untouched by human hands. Many people who grew up in the 1940s or the 1950s remember seeing these coins jingling in their pockets. They bought candy, newspapers, and even helped pay the bus fare. Yet today, the same small cent that once bought a sweet treat could now pay for a mansion. The reason lies in rarity, condition, and the story each coin tells. Every scratch and shine reveals how it traveled through time, through generations, and across a country that grew and changed around it. Some collectors have stumbled upon these coins in old jars, coffee tins, or forgotten dresser drawers. Imagine opening a dusty box from your grandfather's attic, and there it is, a 1944 penny gleaming back at you. You might brush it off, thinking it's worth only a cent, but then you notice something special. The crisp strike, the deep red tone, the perfect edges. Suddenly, you realize you could be holding a treasure that could change your life. The most sought-after 1944 Canadian cent specimens are those that have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. These are coins that never enter daily use, preserved carefully for decades. When one of these coins surfaces in a professional auction, collectors from all over the world compete fiercely to add it to their collections. The bidding climbs higher and higher, each person knowing they're chasing not just a coin, but a piece of history frozen in bronze. And here's where the story takes an incredible turn. While most 1944 Canadian pennies are worth only a few dollars today, a few examples. Those flawless, perfectly preserved pieces with no marks, no wear, and brilliant luster have fetched unimaginable prices. These are not ordinary coins. They are symbols of endurance, craftsmanship, and national heritage. Experts and collectors alike have valued certain examples in museum-quality condition at staggering amounts, numbers that seem impossible for such a small piece of metal. When the hammer falls at major coin auctions and collectors hold their breath, it's not uncommon to hear whispers of incredible valuations. And yes, there have been stories, real and verified, of a single this coin 1944 Canadian 1-cent coin history valued at an astonishing $2 million. Think about that. A coin that once sat quietly in someone's change purse during wartime Canada, now worth more than an entire fortune. Next time you come across an old coin, don't rush to spend it or toss it aside. Each one has a tale, and sometimes that tale leads straight to a treasure beyond imagination. If you got a 1944 Canadian 1-cent coin, take a closer look. It might just be the key to unlocking history, and maybe, just maybe, a $2 million surprise. Subscribe now to Coin Discovery Old Zone for more untold stories from the world of coins, where history lives in the smallest details, and where your next great discovery might be waiting in your pocket.